There were 8 people at that table. 8 people who watched her do it, and not one of them said a word.
Oh my God, Damien, you actually thought that was a good idea? That is so... This is what I live with, you guys. This is literally my life.
She wasn't angry. That was the thing. She was entertained. And the audience she'd cultivated over 18 months of dinner parties and group chats, they laughed right on cue. Damien picked up his drink. He didn't look at her. He didn't look away from her either. He just went somewhere else, quietly, behind his eyes, and started doing the math.
That comment at the table.
Which one?
You know which one.
Damien, it was a joke. Everyone laughed. Can you maybe not make everything a federal case? They're my friends. They know I'm joking. They love you.
8 people. They laughed at me.
They laughed at the situation. There's a difference. You're being really sensitive right now, and honestly, I need you to hold it together for like 2 more hours. Can you do that? Hey, I'm sorry if it landed wrong. I didn't mean to embarrass you. You know how I get with my friends. I get loud. I get carried away. That's just me. You knew that about me.
I did.
So then...
Knowing something, I'll let that for
Wow, so ribbing in this right heart in the mouth, subminal of my grace word and crawl.
You started it at the dinner table.
I made one joke.
About my judgment, in front of your friends, for a laugh.
They can't stand being the subject of humor because it threatens their sense of authority.
Your therapist said that about me.
She said it about the pattern. I'm not attacking you. I'm explaining context. There's a difference.
There it was, the pivot, confident to clinical, joke to diagnosis. She hadn't apologized, she'd reframed. In 18 months, he'd watched her do this so many times he could almost call the next move before she made it. She didn't disappoint.
I feel like I can't be myself around you anymore. Like I have to monitor everything I say in case you decide to make it mean something it doesn't. That's exhausting, Damien. I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted.
Yes. Is that not allowed? You humiliated me at your own dinner table.
Table, and now you're exhausted.
I didn't humiliate you. Why do you always use the most extreme possible language? My therapist calls that catastrophizing. It's a cognitive distortion. And I say that with love. I think you might actually benefit from talking to someone.
Go back to your guests.
We're not done.
I know. She watched him go. Probably thought that was a concession. It wasn't.
He went back to the table, refilled glasses, answered questions, smiled at the right moments. He was good at this on the outside, while something else entirely.
By 10:30, the guests were gone. She was in a good mood. The dinner had gone well, in her accounting of it. She started clearing plates like the kitchen conversation hadn't happened.
That was so good. I feel like we haven't done that in forever. We should do it more.
Sit down.
I'm just going to get these in the...
Serena, when did it start? When did what start?
The jokes at the table about me. For that, I don't know what you mean. I joke about everything. I joke about myself too.
Name the last time you made yourself the punchline in front of your friends.
That was so good. I feel like we haven't done that in forever. We should do it more.
Sit down.
I'm just going to get these in the...
Serena, when did it start? When did what start?
The jokes at the table about me. For that, I don't know what you mean. I joke about everything. I joke about myself too.
Name the last time you made yourself the punchline in front of your friends. Take your time.
That's not a fair question. I'm not going to sit here and catalog every word. I can think of 4 times in the last 3 months. Tonight, the Halloween party, dinner at Rosa's, the Sunday brunch where you told everyone I got lost driving to a place I'd never been.
Damien.
I love you. You know that. My friends adore you. If anything, the fact that I can joke with you like that means I'm comfortable. It means I feel safe. Isn't that a good thing?
You feel safe making me look small.
That is not.
Walk me through the difference.
You're twisting everything I say. I cannot. You're doing the lawyer thing again. I'm trying to have a real conversation and you're building a case.
I have been building a case. 3 months of it. What does that mean?
It means I've been paying attention.
She tried the vulnerable angle next. Told him she was going through something, that she'd been feeling unseen, that when she performs for her friends, it's because she needs to feel like herself, the version of herself that existed before the relationship got heavy.
I believe that.
You really?
That you need something I'm not giving you. Yeah, I believe it.
Okay, so then maybe we can talk about hurt?
But that's not what happened tonight. Tonight you needed a laugh.
And I was the easiest thing in the room to use for it. That's not a relationship problem, that's a respect problem.
She opened her mouth, closed it. The distinction had landed somewhere she hadn't expected. Because she knew he was right.
And that was the room collapsing, right there, between the cleared plates and the half-empty wine glasses. You can use someone for comfort or you can use them for material. You pick.
He didn't go to the bedroom, went to the study, closed the door. Not slammed, closed. She knocked 20 minutes later.
Can we talk?
I'm going to stay at my brother's tonight.
What? Damien, we were just talking. You can't just.
I'm not angry.
Then why are you leaving? Because this is so dramatic. You're literally leaving over a joke.
It wasn't a joke, Serena. I packed a bag.
When did you packed a bag? After I brought the butter dish back. So you decided, in the middle of dinner, without telling me, you just decided.
You decided at the table.
Okay, I hear you. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. I didn't realize how much it affected you, and I should have. Can we please just talk about this here? Please don't leave. This feels like punishment.
It's not punishment. Punishment would mean I want you to feel something. I just need to think.
Are you coming back?
I don't know yet.
She stood in the hallway for a long time. The dinner party detritus still on the table. 8 chairs, 8 sets of dishes, one of them his. She didn't move any of it, not that night. Here's what people get wrong about public humiliation. They think the wound is the embarrassment. It isn't. The embarrassment lasts a few seconds. The table moves on, the wine keeps pouring. The wound is the discovery. The moment you realize the person who shares your bed has an audience in mind, the relatable complaint she brings out when the conversation needs a lift.
And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Damien had been seeing it for 3 months. Tonight it just said it out loud. Seneca wrote, "Treat yourself as you would have others treat you." She didn't. Not at that table. Maybe not for a while before Egg had been in the study for 2 days. Not because he was planning to leave. Because he was being honest with himself about the possibility.
Most men don't pack the bag. They stay. They absorb it. They tell themselves it was just a joke, and every time they accept it, the table gets a little louder. The friends get a little more comfortable. And the man at the end of it gets a little harder to find. Didn't call, didn't text, just drove. And somewhere on that road, in the quiet of a car moving through a city that didn't know his name, he remembered what it felt like to take up space without apologizing for it.
You've been that man at the table. Maybe you still are. The question is what you did with what you saw it. The question is did with what you saw. If this story hit you, leave a comment with the word clarity.
And if you're not already subscribed, do it now. More real Stoic stories for men drop every week.